If you can't kill a boss, no reason why you can't look like one. Moogle putting the wow in Transmogs.
Starting off with a cow, aka Tauren, Spolders of Quaking Fear, Throne of Thunder, Heroic, Tordos is the boss, 10% on the drop rate, love those shoulders. That's from a Shaman tier in Mop, of course recolored for Hunters there. The Chest Guard of the Lasher, love that set from Ulduar, which of course is from Wrath of the Lich King, free as gift, 14% on the drop rate for the chest. Now we're going back to Throne of Thunder Heroic, and we're pulling the Long Draw Chain Belt, which is from the same tier as the Shoulders. If this set looks a little familiar, that's because it kind of is as far as the theme goes. We did something with a vanilla set with the chest and the legs, and we used the Ulduar pieces of the chest and the legs from that set, but we used the shoulders and the belt and the boots, and it looked really good too. So a little bit of a mix there, but it's got the same theme, but it's a lot of different new pieces. As you can see, the feet, those are really cool out of Nazjatar or on the auction house. The hands, Revendreth, Venthyr campaign, rep and renown for the hands, or in this case, those are bracers, so keep that in mind. I made a boo-boo there. The back is the Gilded Thorian Cloak, because it's the one and only great cloak in the game, and it works with a lot of stuff, especially something like this. The helm, BFA level engineering, check your local engineer. I think there's a duplicate from the WAD level engineering that you can buy on the auction house as well, and the weapon is from Karazhan BC version, the Opera Hall. I'm indulging in shameless promotion because I absolutely love this set for its uniqueness, and even the RP theme, Hunter theme, it's there because we have 3 key pieces from a BC PvP set. And the chest, of course, is Kyrian campaign, Bastion, as well as the legs. And the belt is actually Shaman recolor, and that's a piece from Legion. So we got a good representation of xpacs, and it really shines. Very unique look for Hunters here that I can just kind of put together. It's like, wow, this really works. I can't use it though, because my Hunter is not Kyrian. I started off as Kyrian, but then I switched to Venthyr, and for single target, blows Kyrian away. Of course, Kyrian is fun shooting people through walls, but Venthyr, just huge single target damage. AoE damage, not as good as Kyrian, but oh man, single target Venthyr, just awesome. So we're pulling from the BC PvP vendor, the shoulders, the head, the belt, no, not the belt, the gloves and the boots. So 4 pieces there, and most of this is very, very gettable as well. I mean, it's not difficult to get, except for maybe the belt, which you're gonna have to go through, and even finding that cloak is gonna be kind of hard, but then again, you could always match it with a different kind of purple cloak or something to that effect, so you can swap it. And the weapon, Ice Crown Citadel, 25 man. Showing a little bit of love for orcs, kind of Shrek style here. So this is a mix between a dungeon set and also a PvP set from Cata with a couple of splashes of other stuff here and there. As you can see, the dungeon set is from Legion, Violet Hold, Heroic, so that you can try once a day. Blood Princess Thalina is the boss. Now the belt is Nylothid Waking City Mythic. That might be one of the harder pieces to get for this particular set, but I really do. Shameless self-promotion yet again. I love this set just for its uniqueness, and once again, we're using a couple of pieces from a Hunter tier. And yeah, I'm making good use out of the goggles like I always do, but they go with a lot of different things, and I just can't help but using them when I struggle finding a headpiece. I do want to point out, I'm not sure what the artifact particular look is, but there is an artifact bow that you could use that I think looks better than this bow. Like I said many times before, I can't showcase the artifacts with the add-on that I used to create these, but you guys can always change that out, the weapon. And there is an artifact that goes super epic with this particular set. It's the MM artifact, but I don't know exactly where you get it. I didn't go out there and do anything really fancy to get artifacts other than all the PvP stuff in Legion, so it's probably very gettable. I'll put that out, but this weapon looks pretty darn good too, if you're Night Fae. This is a mix of basically two sets. We have the shoulders coming from the Eternal Palace Heroic. Lady Ashvane is the boss, 5% on the drop rate. Probably a little bit better now than that, though. Usually the drop rate goes up after the raid is no longer relevant. In other words, out of the current tier. Could go up anywhere from 5 to 10%, so don't fret it. It's probably a little bit better than 5%. The Eagle Tunic was the chest piece, which of course is from Legion. Waycrest Manor, various mobs, or the auction house to get the Barrel Knoll Cinch. Really like that plain looking belt. It goes extraordinarily well with this set. Of course, that is from BFA. The legs are part of the same tier set as the chest, which is a nice hunter set, have to say. We're pulling the legs from LFR, of course, the Nighthold. The feet, Slip Streamers, Salt Walkers. Once again, from the Eternal Palace. So from the Eternal Palace LFR version, we're pulling the shoulders, the gloves, and the boots. And from Legion, we're pulling the chest and the legs, and BFA is the belt. The hands, we already said this. Eternal Palace Heroic, Radiance of Ashara. Of course, that happens to be from BFA. Now the back piece, which is kind of plain, but it works with the overall color and texture and theme here. So that's an easy pickup from BC. The head, an easy pickup from, well, that WOD PvP vendor would be incorrect. It's a quest reward from the Stockade, so that's an easy get. And the weapon, Iron Docks. Little show from WOD. If you need to know about this set, one, you need to know this is Alliance only, particularly the chest and the legs. You need to know that, yeah, I've done a few different renditions of this overall theme and color, and this time I changed quite a few things, particularly the weapon, the belt, the chest, and the legs. So it is familiar. If you're thinking, it looks familiar. Well, that's because it is. And if you Horde, obviously you can't use the chest and the legs, but the chest and the legs I do think are red on that tier, which means there is a red recolor of the shoulders that you could use, and there is a red recolor of that belt from a good source in Bastion, Shadowlands. It's quest reward, easy get there. So there's a couple of recolors there, and you just got to find some red gloves or bracers and red boots and red bow and some sort of thing to fix and work with the back, and there you have your Horde set. Soul Screaming Boots, Forge of Souls, Devourer of Souls. That's of course from Wrath of the Lich King. Also that cloak there that you see is from BFA, I do believe, and that is Alliance only. Yes, it is. Matter of fact, I don't even know if you could get those Dread Gladiator pieces right here now, but eventually I'm confident you will, and they'll cost marks of honor. The rest are the Fear Stalker's Ebony Bracers. Are they being shown here? No, they're not. But I just wanted to let you know that if you can't get those gloves for whatever reason, you could always go with those bracers. They work pretty well. And the weapon is Pitasaran Ik, 15% drop rate on the crossbow. For this set, you're absolutely, no questions asked, gonna have to be a Venthyr hunter because the shoulders, the head, the belt, and the gloves are Venthyr. As you can see, the Fear Stalker set, so you're gonna have to progress through the Venthyr campaign in order to pick that up. The chest, Eternal Palace LFR, or Gozoa is the, sounds like an FDA drug, does it not? Anyway, the belt is Fearstalker's Court Belt, Revendreth, Venthyr Campaign, Rep, and Renown. Like we said, the belt, the gloves, the shoulders, and the headpiece are all from that Venthyr campaign. The legs are part of the same tier set from BFA as the chest, Eternal Palace LFR. Kind of a low drop rate. It says Rep and Renown. That's a boo-boo. I made a mistake there. It's a low drop rate, though. Keep that in mind. Withered Wood Shoes. There's a lot of lookalikes for this. This is from a quest reward, so it's pretty easy to pick up from the Dread Waste. A lot of lookalikes on that, though. The hands are Revendreth is the place. Venthyr Campaign is a little bit more specific. Fearstalker's Court Gauntlets. Basically Rep and Renown to pick that up. The back is the Cowled Batwing Cloak, which is Castle Nathria LFR. Shriekwing is the boss. and about 10% on the drop rate for that piece. Revendreth, once again, the helm, Fearstalker's Court helm. Venthyr repping renown to pick that up. And finally, the weapon is from the Firelands. Ragnaros is the boss. Very good drop rate for the bow. My name is Luxeley. I want to thank everybody, including you, for stopping by. And I'll leave you with this final thought because it's very important to make the best of the situation, whatever it is, by you, morning, afternoon, or night, like it is here. Make your day